What's up everyone, Darcblade here bringing you a slightly different video than I usually do. Basically in this video I want to chat a bit about collector editions for games, with the focus on the Destiny collector's editions that were recently announced. When I say collector's editions, I will also be referring to special editions, deluxe editions, basically anything that has more to offer than what comes with the normal version of the game. I also want to chat a little too about my hopes for the upcoming Destiny beta. In the background is footage from the Destiny alpha. It's from the competitive multiplayer mode we were given to try out. The mode is Control, which is basically capture and hold the flags. Basically domination mode from Call of Duty. Anyway, I wanted to use this footage somewhere, so I thought I'd stick it here on this video as it's kinda related. Anyway, the main question I want to ask is, are collector's editions of games worth it? Now I can only go off my personal experience and what I read, but for me it really depends on three factors. The first factor is what is actually being offered in the collector's edition. If it's an item that's just going to gather dust, it might not be worth it. However, if it's an item that will brighten your room, or maybe give your character some personal customization in-game, then it might be worth it. The next question is, how much does it cost? Collector's editions do range a lot in terms of cost, with some reaching over the £100 or $100 mark. A collector's or special edition is a lot more tempting when the price tag is closer to the normal version of the game. And finally, the third factor, what helps me decide if a collector's edition is worth it, is if I'm a big enough fan of that game. If it's a game or part of a series you love, no matter what others say, then the collector's editions are always more appealing. Anyway, with this in mind, let's see if the Destiny collector's editions would be worth it. Firstly, we should talk about the various collector's editions that are available for Destiny. First is the Ghost Edition. Basically, this is the biggest collector's edition available. It includes a steelbox disc case and a copy of the game, a field manual with handwritten notes, an antique star chart, a Leather Guardian folio, 4 postcards from what they describe as the Golden Age. This is basically Earth before the darkness came to it. The Destiny Expansion Pass. Destiny intends to have multiple expansion packs brought to the game, and this pass will include the first 2. In the press notes it mentioned that basically you're spending $35 for the 2 expansion packs, which they claim is good value. You'll also get collector's edition digital content included with the Ghost Edition. This is an in-game ghost skin, a player emblem, and a ship skin. And the biggest thing about the Ghost Edition is it will come with a life-size replica of the Ghost robot. It will have motion sensor lights and have phrases from the game. Next up we have the limited edition of Destiny. This includes basically everything that was in the Ghost Edition except for the talking ghost replica. And finally there's the Digital Guardian Edition, for those looking to skip the disc version of the game and have it downloaded straight away onto your console. This includes, of course, the digital version of the game, the Vanguard Armory and Player Emblem pre-order bonuses. This will also include reservations on the 2 upcoming expansion packs, as well as all the digital content included in the Ghost and Limited Edition versions. So content-wise, there is a lot in these collector's editions, enough extra memorabilia and digital content to please most people. So what is offered in these editions makes it worth it in my opinion. Now we have to ask ourselves, is the price of the collector's editions worth it? Now you have to understand that I'm mainly talking about the prices in the UK here, but I will mention the US prices as well as best as I can. So the 3 versions cost the following. The Ghost Edition costs us around £149.99 and is exclusively sold by Game in the UK. However, in the US it will cost you $150. Now everyone probably knows that the conversion of the pound to dollar is not 1-to-1. So, with this in mind, the Ghost Edition of the game is a lot more expensive in the UK, which is a blow if you're like me and was considering grabbing this edition. You could, if you wanted, import the US Ghost version, but you run the risk of not being able to claim the DLC unless you have a US account, as this has happened with me in the past. You will also probably not get the game for the release date. Next is the limited edition, which is priced at around £95 in the UK and $99 in the US. Not quite a 1-to-1 ratio here, but the value is still better for those of you in the US. Finally, we have the Guardian Digital Edition, which is £85 in the UK and around $90 in the US. Again, not quite 1-to-1, but still feels unbalanced. Now I understand that some countries sell games at different prices. I mean, over in South America some of the prices are outright extortionate, but it still feels unfair. So does laying out the prices answer our question if the collector's editions are worth it in terms of price? Well, I'm going to say that if you're living over in the US or willing to wait for an import of the game, I would go for it. But getting it over here with the UK prices, well, I would have to do some serious budgeting to justify getting these collector's editions. Maybe if I get lucky and win the lottery. Now we have to ask, how much do we love the franchise? Well, Destiny is quite unique as it is a new IP. We have no real comparison to go off unless you include maybe Halo or have experience with the alpha version of Destiny. Even then, it's not an established franchise yet. I believe that it will be a hit, but it's still a risk forking out for a collector's edition without knowing how you fully feel about the new game. It's not like it's a new Uncharted or Borderlands where you know what you're going to be in for and already love the franchise enough to get the collector's edition. Now, taking all these factors into account, you should have an idea if you want a collector's edition or not. I gotta say that even though it's a new franchise, I still feel like I would like to purchase one of these collector's editions. The amount of digital content, memorabilia and extras is very generous. One of the biggest sellers for me is the fact that you get the 2 expansions included in the collector's edition for when they are released. This could explain the high cost of the collector's editions, and thinking long term you might actually save money. But there is no guarantee you're going to stay with the game long enough as it is a new franchise. Now the biggest put off for me, of course, is the price. I would not be too worried over the cost if I was in the US, but the 1-to-1 ratio the collector's editions seem to be sold at is too much, unless you have cash to burn. It is sad that the cost of the collector's editions are rising as time goes by. But at the same time, they seem to be giving us more and more with each collector's edition that is being released. At the end of the day though, I have faith that Destiny is going to be a good game. I enjoyed the alpha even though I was on my own for a lot of the time. The game seems to be heavily reliant on finding a good group of players to play with regularly, which is both a good and bad thing in my opinion. But I will get into that in another video. Moving back to the collector's editions. I do like the extras in the collector's editions, especially access to the expansions. However, I cannot justify the price at the moment. I also want to play the game day one, and importing the game will take its time. If I drop some games from the games I want this year, I might be able to afford one, but at the moment it looks like it won't happen. Now moving on to the second part of the video, and that's talking about my hopes for the beta. The beta for Destiny is coming up soon, and I wanted to talk a little bit about it. I have heard a little about what is going to be included in this beta. We have recently been given dates for the beta. The PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3 will be getting their beta on the 17th of July. And Xbox One and 360 owners on the 23rd of July. Bungie have also released a schedule. Basically, the Sony users will get theirs on the 17th, and then on the 21st of July, service will go down for maintenance before coming back up on the 23rd of July, which will then include all systems. The beta will be ending on Sunday, the 27th of July. So it will be going on for about a week, week and a half, depending on what system you're playing on. They have told us we will be getting a handful of story missions, a strike mission, a few PvP maps. The question I have though is if it's going to be any more content added on top of what was included on the alpha, or if this beta is just going to be like the alpha. Not that that's a bad thing, as many players did not experience the alpha, but I would like to see what the other subclasses are like. I want to plan which class will be my main class before investing the time into leveling them up. This might be wishful thinking at the end of the day, but it would be a nice touch. So I would love to hear what you guys think. Are the collector's edition these days too expensive? Are they worth it even? Also, if anyone's going to actually be on the beta in a few days' time. I would love to grab a few friends and subscribers to tackle what the beta has to offer. On a final note though, I'm going to let this footage play out if you're at all interested in seeing how this match turns out. Anyway, leave a comment down below, and until next time, I've been Darcblade, chatting a bit about the Destiny Collector's Editions and the Destiny Beta. Hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.
Zone A lost. You neutralized Zone C. Enemy captured Zone A. Zone C captured. Zone B lost. Enemy captured Zone B. Heavy ammo inbound. You neutralized Zone B. Heavy ammo available. Zone C lost. You captured Zone B. Enemy captured Zone C. Enemy captured Zone A. One minute. You neutralized Zone C. Zone C captured. Thirty seconds remaining. Ten seconds remaining. Hard-fought victory.